All right. Welcome to tier list and ranking stuff night for this. So I am Dr. Scripps. Welcome to the clinic. And so tonight we are going to return back to our world of tier list and ranking stuff on tier list for this tonight. And so yeah, it's going to be, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun for this. But the first thing that I do want to start off with before we actually get into the actual videos themselves, or the tier list, is that we have a Patreon now. So I know I advertised this, but I wanted to show everybody the Patreon here for this. And so this is the Patreon for this. So we have several membership levels, even as low as $3 per month. That gets you a special role in the Discord. It gets you a whole bunch of different things, and then all the way up to $5 to $15 a month for this. So if you can, oh, hey Leon, how you doing? So if you're interested in joining the Patreon, you can find the links on my Streamlabs page and everything else for this. But yeah, I would love to get your support to the Patreon. So, all right. So we have a few different tier lists tonight that we're going to be doing. And so we have things like, create a serial tier list. We got Doki Doki Literature Club days and endings, a Remedyverse thing for this, animated musical. So a lot of Disney movies and a lot of things here for this. Probably our biggest one, all Mario games. So we're going to do all Mario games for this one. And then we have a Final Fantasy 14 specifically tier list. And if we have time at the end, we're going to do some smashing and passing of some Pokemon. I feel like that has to be always, when you're talking about tier lists and things like that, this is always one of the big ones, is you have to talk a little bit about smash or pass on Pokemon. So for this. All right. So which of these, chat, which of these should we start off with for tonight? I think I know my preference, but I would love to hear what everybody else says in terms of for tier list tonight. And so, sorry, I'm also trying to figure out, because I don't know if I should be hearing anything. Obviously I don't think I should be hearing too much from this, but like, give me 1 second real quick. Okay, let's see. Sorry, it is like I want to make sure. Hello. Huh. Okay, that's weird. I don't know why the thing is not coming across appropriately here. Oh, there we go. Okay, got it. All right. Okay, I think I've got it fixed now. So, all right. Okay, so, all right. So yeah, chat. So which of these should we be looking at here? I personally think we probably need to. Let's start with something simple. Let's start with cereal for this. Sure, Indy Woods, I'm proud of you. Like yeah. I don't know what you expect me to say to that, but all right. So, all right. So we are going to rank cereals by how much we like them and everything else for this. So let's go ahead and get started with this. And so we're going to start with Apple Jacks for this. See, this is kind of hard, because if I was, these are going to be essentially, these rankings are going to be very, very interesting, because it's going to be related to how much I like them now versus how much I like them as a kid. So, for example, Applejacks as a kid, I would probably put that in like a, yeah, hey, 2 pounds is a lot. Don't sell yourself short there. So, all right. So let's like, but like as an adult, I would never reach for Applejack cereal, like unless it was like the only thing that was left. So I would say like as a kid would be an A, as an adult would be a D. So I'm tempted to say like C level. I'll give it a B. I'll give it respect of what it was. Blueberry. I mean, I want to just put Blueberry in C. Is like I don't hate it, but honestly, I don't think I've ever actually had it before. So I can't really say a whole lot in terms of like good, bad, whatever for that. So Captain Crunch. It's kind of similar to the Applejacks. There is liked it as a kid, probably like it less as an adult. For this, yeah, I think Captain Crunch is going to be in the B tier. It's you know what? Actually, no, I'm sorry. Captain Crunch is going to be in the C tier, and the reason why is there is nothing more disgusting than if like Captain Crunch that's been sitting in a bowl for a bit and is now soggy crunch. It's actually relatively disgusting. For that, so I have no problem putting it like right here, for that. So yeah, we'll be right there. All right. Crunch berries. Crunch berries actually do like a little better than I like the original Captain Crunch. So we'll go there. Sprinkled donut crunch. I don't know if I've ever actually had sprinkled donut crunch. I'll put that in C tier. I'll put that in the C tier for that. Oops, all berries. Ooh. Could be B. I could make an argument for up to A. Because it got rid of the worst part of the of it. So yeah, I'm gonna do Oops All Berries in the A tier, I think, for this. Peanut Butter Crunch. I'm sorry, no, I forgot. I loved Peanut Butter Crunch. I loved Peanut Butter Crunch. It's more closer to the berries. It didn't have the little soggy issues that we have over here with this one. So yeah, Peanut Butter Crunch. Yeah, no, that gets up there. Cheerios, regular old Cheerios. Yeah, it's A. It's like, I mean, again, not the one I'm gonna grab first, but it's good. It's good. Definitely not bad. So, chocolate Cheerios. I don't know. I've never liked chocolate Cheerios. It's just like, no, just no. Now I will say the thing. I'm gonna go ahead, since we're doing Cheerios, I'm gonna go ahead and move it up anyway. Now, Honey Nut Cheerios is a solid S tier cereal. I'm sorry, Honey Nut Cheerios is really, really good. It's really delicious. I highly recommend it, and so yeah, that's pretty good there. All right, Frosted Cheerios. I think I have Frosted Cheerios down just a tier from regular Cheerios, for this. So yeah, not bad, but definitely not great. Rice Chex by itself, like, I'll be honest. If people like Rice Chex, I would be really, really shocked if they liked them by themselves. I think most people, if they say they like Rice Chex, chances are what they actually mean is they like Chex Mix, for that. And so I don't think that's a valid option in my opinion, for this. And so I think I'm going to do Rice Chex down there. And so, honestly, just move them all down here. It's like, for that. Yeah, no. It's like, again, if we're talking about as a, hey, Jackie Brisky, Jackie, how you doing? Okay, here you are. Okay, are you gonna make an argument for something? What are you gonna make an argument for? Oh, for me? Have to hear you out? Okay. It's like I thought you were making an argument for a frosted Cheerio, so um uh being higher for that. So oh, okay, got it. Alrighty. Original Chips Ahoy. I think I would put this in the I'm putting it in C tier. There's better cookie based cereals coming up. Cinnabon. Just no. If I want a cinnamon roll, I'm just going to take a cinnamon roll. I'm not going to eat Cinnabon cereal. That is quite a combination there, Jackie. I got to be honest. Quite the combination there for that. So, though, really, though, won't the ADHD med and the Salvia offset each other? Maybe I'm thinking of a different drug. I don't know. But anyway, neither here nor there at this point. So, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, get that to the S tier. I'm sorry. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is amazing. Like I will eat Cinnamon Toast Crunch now. You know, no questions asked. Oh, am I thinking Salvia? Am I thinking Salvia instead of Salvia? Like, because Salvia is like weed to the like nth degree. For that. So yeah, maybe I'm the one who's confused on that, but for it. So anyway, all right. Cocoa Puffs. Again, Cocoa Puffs as a kid, I liked them. As an adult, oh, it's more like heroin. Okay, got it. I've never done any illicit drugs, but I was like, well, doesn't ADHD and Salvia kind of offset each other? But Salvia, there's something different, obviously. So gotcha. I think I'm gonna just put it in B tier. It's like I liked it as a kid. I don't like it now. And so yeah, I think Cocoa Puffs in that Cookie Crisp. So I was talking about the better cookie based cereal. Yeah, that's Cookie Crisp. I'm sorry. Not good enough to be S tier. It's not one of the ones that I'm going to reach for immediately. But if I was going to have a cookie-based cereal, Cookie Crisp would be that cookie-based cereal. Okay, this might be controversial. Because anytime I have cornflakes, the very first thing that I do to the cornflakes is add something to the cornflakes. So if I have to add something to the cornflakes to make it edible, that's a D tier cereal in my opinion. Like I have to add, you could add fruit, you could add just regular old sugar to it or whatever. But I can't in good conscience put cornflakes, up in, a higher category when you almost always have to add something to that. Nudie, thank you for liking the live on Instagram or TikTok. Thank you for that. So yeah, I can't make an argument to move cornflakes any higher than a D category for this. Corn Pops, kind of similar to the Cocoa Puffs argument here, is I liked it as a kid. They're certainly not things I'm going to reach for now. But I get it. Count Chocula, again, Count Chocula is C tier. Now, this may be my older age coming into play here. Crackling Oat Bran slaps. If you've never had Crackling Oat Bran before, you try it. It's way better than you actually think it is. For it looks like just a normal dryish cereal. No, Crackling Oat Bran is actually pretty decent overall. That is one of those cereals. If I do see it, I will go for that cereal. For that, and I heartbeat. For this. So, Eggo with maple syrup. Kind of the same argument that I'm going to make that I made for Cinnabon is if I want waffles, I'm just going to have a waffle. Like, why would I have, I just even put it right by the Cinnabon. Like if I'm gonna have a waffle, I'm just gonna have a waffle. Like I'm not gonna go crazy with trying to figure something out with that. Franken, actually I'm just gonna put all these together. Because I don't think I've ever actually had any of these cereals. Blueberry, Frankenberry, Count Chocula. These were not cereals that I regularly partook in. For that. French Toast Crunch. I would put it in B. In my opinion, it's just a strictly worse Cinnamon Toast Crunch. For this, so I can't in good conscience rank it much higher than that. Fruit Loops, again, good, not where I would rank it in the A category. It's kind of similar to your Apple Jacks. Actually, it's very similar to your Apple Jacks. The only difference, I think, the Apple Jacks adds a little bit of cinnamon, whereas the Fruit Loops are just straight up fruit for that. For this, so yeah, I think that works there. Frosted Flakes, yeah, no, that's a straight S tier cereal in my opinion. Remember I mentioned like cornflakes just adding sugar. Frosted Flakes is it's cornflakes, but the sugar is already added to it. For that, so yeah, Frosted Flakes, delicious. I would do those. Kind of weird to have two in a row, but Frosted Mini Wheats are actually really good too. I prefer the Frosted Mini Wheats compared to the regular old Mini Wheats that we'll get over here. Actually, do we have a section where we get to just regular Mini Wheats? No. Okay, that's fine. For this, so yeah, Frosted Mini Wheats. You can tell I'm in my mid-40s with my S tier cereals at the moment. Is that it's either things that just really stand the test of time, even again as a kid into an adult, or things that are probably more things that adults would like. For this, so Golden Crisp. I think Golden Crisp is A. It's not when I'm thinking of like if I'm going to get cereal, what cereal will I get? It's not in the tier of like, oh my gosh, we got to do this right now. We need to do this. But at the same time, it's way better than what I would say in the B's. I would go for Golden Crisp before I would go for some of the other things. Now, Golden Grams, I think Golden Grams goes in the B category. It's kind of similar to Golden Crisp, but it's just not as good. Gorilla Munch. I'll be honest, I've never had Gorilla Munch. I'm just gonna put that in the C category with the horror trio there. For this, Honey Bunches of Oats, S tier. Honey Bunches of Oats is amazing. I wouldn't think twice about Honey Bunches of Oats. For that, so yeah, S tier. Honeycomb. I kind of put it in the same category as the Golden Grams. It's like, again, not my first tier cereal. Not bad, but certainly not the best. Donuts, I make the same argument that I make with the Cinnabon and everything else here. If I want a donut, I'm just going to have a donut. Go Lean. I think I'm gonna see Go Lean. It is like, again, it's probably one of the healthier cereals here, but at the same time, it's not the one I'm gonna go for immediately. For this, so yeah, I think the Kashi Go Lean will go there. Kix, kind of similar to, I think it kind of fits in that B category, kind of similar to these other ones right here. With this, so not bad, but certainly not the greatest. Crave. Crave was after my time as a kid, and so I'm going to put that in the C category. Again, I'm sure I've had it, but not great. Life Cinnamon and Life Original, I kind of put those in the same category as the Chex right here. Not terrible, but not the things that I'm going to go for first. For this, so I think both those are going to, yeah, I think I'm gonna put them both down here. Again, not terrible ones, but certainly not. Lucio's. So wait, there's an Overwatch cereal. I almost want to put it in D. Hey, Noob's wifey, how you doing? I almost want to put it down in D tier on. Yeah, obviously I've never tasted Lucio's in my life before, but the fact that Overwatch has a official cereal probably is enough to put it in the D category alone. Lucky Charms. Lucky Charms is A. If I get the not S, it's not going to be the first thing I'm going to reach for, but if Lucky Charms is around, it will be something that I will reach for this. Nutter Butter? No, I again, if I want Nutter Butter, I'm just gonna get a Nutter Butter. Same thing with Oreos. If I just want Oreos, I'm gonna get an Oreo. For this, Cocoa Pebbles and Fruity Pebbles are probably gonna end up in the same category, which is A tier. Again, not the first things I'm gonna reach for, but if I had a choice between them and some of the other things that are on this list, I would easily reach for them before I would reach for a whole bunch of other stuff. And actually, Fruity Pebbles, I would say there are some things that I actually like Fruity Pebbles on more than I like Fruity Pebbles itself for that. And I realize, yes, I'm messing up my reasoning here, my logic, because I said, well, the only reason that anybody likes the Chex Mix is because people make Chex Mix. Like, not a lot of people just eat Chex straight up by itself. Kind of similar to this, but this is still meant as a sweet treat more than anything else. It's not meant to be combined with a whole bunch of other foods for that. Pop-Tarts. Again, if I want a Pop-Tart, I'm just going to have a Pop-Tart. I don't want Pop-Tart cereal for that. Raisin Bran. Raisin Bran is going to go in B. And the reason why is not because Raisin Bran is awful, but because if I have a choice of Raisin Bran, I'm going with Raisin Bran Crunch, and that does go to the S tier, in my opinion. Raisin Bran Crunch is delicious. Delicious. I highly recommend it for that. So, Reese's Puffs. Now, the Reese's Puffs, I will say, those are, again, kind of younger. I like these a lot. Older, I don't think these are things that I would reach for immediately. So if I'm going to do something, I guess I'm going to probably put it in B tier. And now, if I was younger as a kid ranking this, Reese's would probably be in the A, maybe even potentially the S tier for that. So Rice Krispies and Cocoa Krispies. For Rice Krispies, I'm going to make the same argument that I make with the Chex, I think, is it's fine, but I'm way more interested in things that you can actually make with the Chex Mix or Rice Krispies than you can with the actual Rice Krispies themselves. Now, Cocoa Krispies, on the other hand, that probably goes into like the solid. Well, actually, it's kind of similar to Cocoa Puffs. I'm going to actually put those Cocoa Pebbles for that. Kind of similar categories there. So I'll put that in A. But regular old Rice Krispies, basically, if you're making Rice Krispie treats, that's about the best you're going to get out of that. So it's fine. S'more cereal. No, that's D. Kind of fits in the same category of these. If I want a s'mores, I'll just have a s'mores for that. I'll be honest, Sour Patch Kids just sounds disgusting. I've never had it, but Sour Patch Kids as a cereal just sounds bad. Special K. Now, I know I have some other relatively healthy cereals up here in the S category, but that doesn't mean I'm going to be reaching for the Special K or the... You know what? Actually, though, hold on. I will back this up. So, regular Special K is B tier. Kind of, it's there. Special K fruit and yogurt, though, that's A tier. I do like that one for that. That's actually pretty delicious. So, for this. Frosted Mini Wheats Strawberry. Where do I have? I'll put it in B. I don't like it. I don't like it as much as I like the Frosted Mini Wheats up here. Just the regular ones. But it's not bad. Trix. I think Trix is probably going to be in the B category. Probably the same thing with these like Oops All Berries things along these lines right here. Not terrible. Certainly not the first thing I'm going to go for. Waffle Crisp. Yeah, I'll put it right here with the other honey-based things. Not terrible, but definitely not what I want there. And then finally, Wheaties. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's like I'll eat Wheaties if they have them, but it's certainly not a go-to for that. All right. So with that in mind, we have finished the tier list here for the this. So in the S tier, we have Honey Nut Cheerios, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Cracklin' Oat Bran, Frosted Flakes, Frosted Mini Wheats, Honey Bunches of Oats, Raisin Bran Crunch. A tier we have here, B tier we have here, C, and then in the D's. And I might, you know what? Yeah, I'll move the chocolate Cheerios up one. It's like, I mean, I still would prefer regular Cheerios and Honey Nut Cheerios over chocolate Cheerios, but I certainly don't think they're D tier. I think the D tier ones, if you notice, are things that are either just components and other things, or things that are like, if I want it, I'm just going to have that actual thing for that, or things that you have to add a whole bunch of stuff to, and then obviously the Lucios with the Overwatch thing. So what do we think here? Thumbs up, thumbs down on this list. What are we thinking? All right. Okay, so we are done with the cereal tier list. I think this is reasonable. So, all right, we'll leave it open. I might post this on. Let's see. Can we share? Wait, can we share the final thing on Twitter? Let's see. Does it actually have the actual graphic? Oh, wait, no, it doesn't. No, it just has the be able to do it. Okay, we'll forget that then. All right, so, all right, let's go on to the next one, which is the Doki Doki Literature Club by Days and Side Stories. For this, so this is how it's set up with everything. For this, and so we have this split into we obviously Act 1, Act 2, then Act 3, Act 4, and then the side stories for this. So all right, so we'll start with the beginning. Act 1, Day 1. I'm just gonna put that in the straight up B category. It's not bad, it's not great for that, but it's just given the intro to the characters and everything else for this. Act 1, Day 2, Natsuki. So as a reminder, Act 1, Day 2, Natsuki is the first time you sit and read Parfait Girls with Natsuki, if you choose her on Day 1 for that. Thinking about the poems that are associated with that day, that's where Eagles Can Fly come in. That's where Sayori Sunshine poem comes in. Everything else for that. And so I think I would put Natsuki Day 1 or Act 1, Day 2 in the A category for that, just because I think it's a relatively good day. Act 1, Day 2, Yuri, if you remember, is reading the book with Yuri for this. So I'm gonna put this in the C category because it's not a whole lot of anything for it. It's just like, oh, you're reading with Yuri. It's nothing overly special or things like that. Act 1, Day 2, Sayori, that is the I would put that in the C category as well. Main reason why is because it's just buttoning up her shirt. Like, that's basically all it is for that. And so, I mean, it's fine. It's just like, yeah. On Day 1, I think I actually prefer Natsuki over the other things. So, all right, so Day 3. So Act 1, Day 3, Natsuki is honestly probably one of the better ones, because it's the one where she's in the closet trying to move the her manga down to the lower shelves and stuff like that, which leads to a really funny scene where the main character is holding it and is trying to prevent her from falling and everything else for that. So I personally have it in S tier. It's actually one of my favorite days for this. And so I think, yeah, Act 1, Day 3, Natsuki is actually really solid. Act 1, Day 3, Yuri is also really solid, I'll be honest. Because that is the that one is the sitting with Yuri and sitting on the floor, continuing to read, and then you're putting the chocolate in her mouth and everything else from that. And so yeah, Act 1 Day 3 Yuri is one of the better days for that. Act 1 Day 3 Sayori is actually it's A tier. The Sayori one is fun, but it's nowhere near as good as the 2 for S tier for this for that. All right. So now for Act 4, I'm going to be judging Act 4 on what I would call the ultimate things. Now I will say Act 1 Day 4 Sayori is just going to go straight to D tier. Main reason why is because it's the first sign that something is wrong with Sayori. Is this that she's clearly upset, she's not happy, for that. And so there's nothing overly special about Act 1 Day 4 Sayori besides her just being straight up depressed. And you don't even get an ultimate poem for Sayori. Well, you do, but that's on day 6 for that, which is kind of disturbing. Even though technically I will say this is off. Because technically, Monday is the day of the festival. So if you want to be technical about it, it's Act 1, Day 7, not Day 6. But neither here nor there. All right, now going by the ultimate poems, I love Natsuki's ultimate poem. Like if you do the first 3 for her, for that, and as a reminder, her ultimate poem is "Because You." For that. And so, which is probably the sweetest, most like love story poem in the entire game, maybe with the exception of Happy End for that. But Natsuki is, Act 1 Day 4. So Act 1 Day 4 Yuri. That's her ultimate poem is Ghost in the Limelight Part 2. I think it's B tier. I don't remember like I remember a lot about Act 1 Day 4 Natsuki. I don't remember a whole lot about Act 1 Day 4 Yuri. Or the poem specifically, the ultimate poem for Yuri. So Act 1 Day 5 Natsuki. So this is the first of the weekend days. I'm starting to realize maybe I'm more of a Natsuki person than I first thought. I think I said that Monica, well, I even said that last week, is Monica was my favorite, but Natsuki is probably my second favorite because I would actually rank the cooking scene from Act 1 Day 5 to be higher than the Yuri scene, which I still put the Yuri scene and Yuri weekend scene at A for that. It's not bad for this, but it's it's a different kind of affection essentially, and I'm more prone to the Natsuki version versus the Yuri version. Oh, actually, wait, do I need to put a Sayori tax on this? I think I need to put a Sayori tax. And what I mean by Sayori tax is day 5 on Sayori, or day 5 is where you learn that Sayori has depression, really bad depression. And then she comes out, and this is where you give the, like, you have to choose between I love you, you'll always be my dearest friend option. And so, yeah, I'm going to put a Sayori tax on this because the Sayori part is sad enough to make it not S tier for this. So, Act 1, Day 6, I mean, the part where the game breaks, how can I rank it anything else but D tier? Obviously, that's where you find out, Sayori has hung herself, and that you start seeing the threads of Monica's manipulation and the things that she is doing for this. Act 2, Day 1. Act 2, Day 1. I guess I'm going to put it in the same category as I put Act 1, Day 1 because it's basically the same. The only difference is the game starts glitching, obviously, which makes it interesting. And 2, Monica has taken over kind of the Sayori role in the story for that. And so I put it at B. Again, it's kind of introducing the Act 2 and the cycle, essentially the loop that you're doing with this. Act 2, Day 2, Natsuki. So I want to judge these Act 2, Day 2 ones by specifically the glitches and what occurs for this. So for Act 2, Day 2, Natsuki, it's the first one where we have the eye mouth glitch for this. And so I'm going to put that at A tier. I do like that a lot. Act 2, Day 2 Yuri, there's not a whole lot of glitches that occur on Act 2, Day 2 Yuri. Mainly because, well, I will say Act 3, Day 3 and Day 4 are going to be the same pretty much across the board. And the reason for this is because it doesn't matter if you choose Natsuki on Day 3 or Day 4 anyway. The fact of the matter is you're going to be spending the day with Yuri. So these are really actually the same act. It's just a matter of, whose words you put in the poem and everything else. But that makes literally no difference in the game story for that. Act 2, Day 3, Natsuki, and Act 2, Day 3, Yuri for this. So again, this is where Yuri starts to take over. Now, I'm actually going to do a slight flip here, I think. And I'm going to put let's see. Okay, so I'm trying to think of glitches. So Act 2, Day 3, Natsuki is the one where assuming you pick Natsuki on Day 2, Act 2, Day 3, Natsuki is where she breaks her neck and rushes the screen at you, which is one of the better jump scares in Doki Doki Literature Club. Act 2, Day 3, Yuri is if you chose Yuri, well, if you chose Natsuki on Day 1, it's basically the same as Act 2, Day 2, Yuri for that. So I guess technically I need to put it as here. But at the same time, if you chose Yuri as your, Act 2, Day 3, Natsuki is going to get the yes tier. Because the main reason why is because it is one of the better, more well-known glitches that actually does occur if you do Natsuki Day 1 or Day 2 and Natsuki Day 3 in Act 2 for that. For Yuri. So it's really a matter of who you choose on the first day. It could be the same as here, or it could be the same one as where you're sitting with her and reading with her for this. And so I guess I would put it probably as the same category here, because if you do Natsuki Day 2, it's basically Day 2 and Day 3 are the same for that. So, all right. Act 2, Day 4, Natsuki. Again, Natsuki's part in it really doesn't matter because really you're spending the day with Yuri either way here for this. So, I would say Natsuki on Day 4 does have a couple of, this is the Just Monica glitch, where she tries to warn you. Actually, no, I'll put it as A tier. Because Act 2, Day 4, Natsuki is her trying to warn you that something is up with Yuri, and she tried to go to Monica about it. Monica is not listening or anything else for that. Yuri Act 2, Day 4. Actually, if you chose Yuri all throughout Act 2, the Act 2, Day 4 is actually pretty crazy, which happens, which is kind of a copy of Act 2, Day 3 Yuri. But before it glitches all the way back to the classroom, it actually stops and you have a conversation with Yuri in the hallway beforehand. And so with that in mind, I actually think Act 2, Day 4 Yuri is one of the better ones because it gives you a unique glitch for that. Also, Act 2, Day 4 Natsuki is also where you get the Monica tries to code her way out of the game, essentially, for that. And so, again, I think the Yuri glitches in Act 2, Day 4 are better than the Natsuki glitches, but both are well worth your time. Act 3, also known as the Just Monica Act. I'm putting it as A tier. And I'll be honest, I have a copy of DDLC Plus that's basically stuck at Act 3 for that. It's kind of where the story comes together, and it's where you learn what Monica's plan was the entire time. Actually, no, it's S tier. Main reason why is because that's where you see the plan come together. It's also where the real meta narrative to the game starts, because this is the first time in the game where you need, I mean, if you go in Act 2, you'll see a whole bunch of different files and stuff like that. But Act 3 is the part where the game requires you to go into the game files and actually edit the game files by deleting the Monica file to move forward with the story. It's actually one of the more innovative ways to get out of the game for that and to move on to the next act. So yeah, I'm gonna S tier that one. Good end versus bad end. Is it bad I consider them equal to each other? Main reason why is because I know people say, oh, the good ending is the best ending because, you know, you don't have Monica deleting Sayori and everything else for that, which I get. I get the argument for that. However, first of all, I don't think the good end is the canon ending. That's part of the reason why I think they have them in the same tier as the A tier. In my opinion, the good ending is not the canon ending. It is you have to essentially, for all practical purposes, play around with the game itself to be able to get to the point where you want to for that. And so the bad ending is the tier ending, but it also shows it's kind of Monica's redemption ending. For that is that ultimately Monica does try to keep you safe. For that, also you do get your reality of the song in Act 4 either way. For this, so I consider the bad ending to be the canon ending, and the good ending is kind of a nice bonus if you went through the process of getting all the endings and stuff like that. All right, moving on to the side stories. Trust is actually, I'm sorry, Trust is probably the best side story with the Sayori and Monica stuff. For that, just because of the Monica, and again, the side stories when it comes to Doki Doki Literature Club I consider them to be essentially the control group to the original game. Is like, what would happen if, you know, Monica was not able to manipulate everything and, you know, they were just friends in a literature club. And so Sayori and Monica, with Sayori confessing to Monica that she has depression and everything else, I think is a really, really nice side story for this. Understanding Yuri Sayori, I think that's B. Again, not bad by any stretch, but I think it's not one of the better side stories. Respect Natsuki and Monica, I think, is a really great one. As is, I want to do self-love up here because one, this is, you know, Natsuki and Monica actually becoming friends, and Monica even playing the piano for Natsuki. And self-love is just Natsuki and Yuri, you know, recognizing their differences and saying, you know, it's okay that you like manga and I like you know, novels and stuff like that for it. So it's perfectly fine. Sayori and Natsuki, I think that is probably, honestly, I think that's one of the weaker side stories. Not that it's terrible, but Sayori and Natsuki are more closely to each other than a lot of other things for this. Monica and Yuri with Reflection, I think, is probably in the B tier, and then Equals, I think, will go up here with this one for that. It's kind of the wrapping up everything else. All right, so what are the thoughts on these in terms of endings? I do realize that I have a high bias towards Natsuki, but I think that is because when it comes to outside of Monica, my favorite is probably Natsuki. For this, and so that's not too much surprise for this. The ones that are more Yuri are like Act 2, Day 3, Act 2, Day 4, things along those lines. So, what's your thoughts, chat, on this one? Let me know to kind of what you're thinking in terms of the Doki Doki tier list. All right, so with that in mind, I am going to go ahead and take a quick break real quick. I need to get some water to drink and everything else, so I'll be back in just a moment. right, back. Welcome back. All right. So, let's see. All right. Okay. All right. So, sorry, just trying to get everything set up again. All right. So, since we just finished Control, we have a Remedyverse power scaling tier maker. So our tiers here this time is multiversal para-utilitarian, universal para-utilitarian, planetary para-utilitarian, continental, city level, building level, above average human, below average human, and cannon fodder. Starting with we have oh wow. Saga. I was like, good lord, what am I thinking? Saga has powers, but she's not a para-utilitarian as far as we know. For this is like she has powers, but not to the level of the true para-utilitarians. I am going to say I'm gonna say above average human. Saga is good, but definitely not the para-utilitarian. Now Alan, on the other hand, is a multiversal para-utilitarian because we know he has the clicker, we know he has potentially the typewriter for this. He even says at the end of Alan Wake 2, he's the head of not just one universe, but the master of many universes. And so multiversal para-utilitarian, we'd have to say Alan is. And actually, I will say part of in Alan Wake 2, it also states that even the FBC knows he is a para-utilitarian and a strong one at that for this. So I think that's the appropriate response is multiversal para-utilitarian. I believe she is from Quantum Break. I'll be honest, I know absolutely nothing. I'm going to say average human. I can't think of anything that's, for that. So, Dylan Faden. I think Dylan is probably somewhere in the planetary para-utilitarian. I don't think he's as powerful as Alan is. And main reason I think that is because, going to Jesse here. Alan was able to kind of override Jesse to a certain extent in terms of storytelling and everything else for that. So I think it's clear that Alan is more powerful than Jesse. And also, while we're talking about control, I think we can probably just talk about Jesse Faden being probably in the universal. Because she would, and only reason I'm ranking her one above Dylan is because we don't know the scope of Dylan's powers yet. Now, once we go to Control Resonant, we might have an answer to that question. But as of right now, we don't know how powerful Dylan actually is. Yeah, we know he's powerful. We just don't know to what level. Scratch. Specifically, this is Scratch from American Nightmare. Alan Wake American Nightmare. Very, I would say, like city level para-utilitarian. Not the most powerful in the whole world, but certainly not, good, not insane. For that. This is a different version of Scratch, and I would probably put him in just a tiny tier above. Main reason why is because city level para-utilitarian is one thing, but Scratch in the dark place in and of itself, like what we see in Alan Wake 2 Scratch, Alan Wake 2 Scratch is incredibly powerful. Not up to Alan Wake level. And I don't think he is even more powerful than these two right here. But I would say Continental Parry Utilitarian. So this is the main character from Quantum Break. He is definitely a parry utilitarian. He has a whole bunch of powers related to it. I think, I'll be honest, I have not played through the entirety of Quantum Break, but the one part that I did put in with, I would say he's probably closer to a Jesse, more than anything else in terms of being able to manipulate surroundings and everything else for that. So, all right, so might as well put these two together, which is Marlin Hash / Warland Door. Marlin Hash is from Quantum Break. Warland Door is the equivalent to Marlin Hash to get around copyright, essentially, for this. And so, and actually, I guess in this case, I can put Tim Walker up here too, for this, because he's basically a stand-in for the guy from Quantum Break, for this. So, this might be crazy. I might be actually crazy. At least the impression that we get from Warland Door is he's at least on the level of Alan Wake. One, he can, as we know from what Dylan said in Control, that he is in all the worlds, essentially. He can go across worlds and everything else. So at least puts him in the multiversal for that. And he is really kind of the only one besides Scratch who actually was being able to threaten Alan, in that he said, you brought my daughter into this. You have crossed a line. And you need to stop peeking in doors that are not necessary for this. So I think Warland Door and Martin Hatch are basically going to be multiversal parry utilitarians. I believe this is Max Payne. So if you've never played the original Max Payne games, Max Payne does have the ability to essentially control time. They call it bullet time. It was about the time the Matrix came out and everything else as well, for this. So he's definitely a parry utilitarian because he has the ability to slow down time, or maybe he just slows down time for himself. I'm not 100% certain, but I would say he's probably in the, I don't think he's more powerful than Scratch. So I'm going to just put him in the building level parry utilitarian. Like, clearly he has some powers, but I don't know to what extent for this. And so, yeah, powerful. I don't know. Definitely not levels of Scratch. Definitely not levels of Jesse or Dylan. I'll be honest, I don't know who this character is. I'm assuming, again, it's Quantum Break, but I don't know who that is. And so I'm going to just put it in the average human. Ati? Actually, Ati probably needs to be a level above even Alan. Like, hold on. There we go. Main reason why is because it's very clear, if you know the term Ati, he is a god from Finnish mythology that deals with water, stuff like that. And it's very clear because also in Alan Wake 2, he's out of the Federal Bureau of Control and is interacting with in the Dark Place as well. So he definitely seems to be a multiversal para-utilitarian and maybe even potentially a god for this. So Thomas Zane, so the first person in the Dark Place for this. I would say probably, I think he's probably Dylan level of para-utilitarian. Not the most powerful. He's been in the Dark Place clearly longer than Alan has at this point. So I would say planetary is like, I think he's there, but I don't think he's anywhere near the level of the people who are on the top two levels here. This is Alex Casey, also known as a stand-in for Max Payne. Kind of similar category. I would, well, actually though, we haven't seen. Okay, I guess I will do it. Alex Casey is supposed to be a stand-in for Max Payne. So, but we never get to play as Alex Casey, so I don't know if Alex Casey has the same bullet control time, like the slowing down time that Max does. For all I know, he might just be an average human being for that, or he may just be part of the story that Alan has written for this. So I'm not 100% certain on that, but I'm gonna say he is at least as equal to Max Payne as can possibly be for that. And then finally, we have Sam Lake himself. Sam is obviously a multi-level para-utilitarian. Though he has no powers, he has shown he is be able to create incredible worlds and everything else with the Alan Wake series. And so, yeah, he's a multiversal para-utilitarian. I can't prove it, but I would assume he is for that. So, all right, so let's see. So the most powerful people that in the Alan Wake universe is Ati, Alan Wake, Warland Dorr / Martin Hatch, and Sam Lake, of course. Universal para-utilitarian would be Jesse, as well as Tim Breaker and whoever Tim Breaker is supposed to be the equivalent of in Quantum Break. Planetary para-utilitarian is Dylan. As of now, once we in Resonant, he may very well get bumped up to Universal para-utilitarian. And then Thomas Zane obviously has some control of the Dark Place, but definitely not nowhere near as powerful as Alan is. Scratch and Alan Wake 2 is a Continental. Scratch and American Alan Wake American Nightmare is city level. Building level is Max Payne / Alex Casey. We're making the assumption that Alex Casey does have the ability to control bullet time, similar to what Max Payne can. Above average human is Saga, because again, her abilities are seer abilities. I think it's probably more influenced by the Dark Place, more so than her being a para-utilitarian. Because para-utilitarian, you typically have actual abilities in the real world and everything else. And don't get me wrong, her seer ability is important, but I don't know if I would put it on the same level as over here for that. And then average human, I'll be honest, I don't know who these two people are. So what do we think? What do we think about this tier list? I think this makes a lot of sense if you think about the Remedyverse as a whole for this. I could make an argument for Saga being the building level para-utilitarian for that, but I think I'm happy with, at least from what I know, who the most powerful people are in the Alan Wake universe for that. So I think I'm happy with that. All right, so let's move on to the next one, which is animated musicals. So we have a list of animated musicals, most of them probably Disney stuff for this. And so we're going to go through these. I'll be honest, there are some of these I have not seen, and I will be upfront when I have not seen them for this. And so starting off with Aladdin. Maybe this is a function of the time I grew up. I think the original Aladdin is S tier animated musical. It's a really, really good. Plus, it had Robin Williams and had a whole bunch of great songs with that. I think Aladdin is definitely in the S tier. Alice in Wonderland. I'm trying to remember songs from Alice in Wonderland, to be perfectly honest. I know there's that. I'm late for a very important date. But I don't remember a whole lot of music in Alice in Wonderland or people singing musical numbers. I think I'd put it in D tier because I just don't remember a lot of songs. Like, I don't remember a whole lot of songs in it. same thing with All Dogs Go to Heaven and All Dogs Go to Heaven 2. It's not that like, I love the movies, but I don't remember like a whole bunch of musical numbers for All Dogs Go to Heaven. I just remember this. Like, if I can't remember a song from the movie, it's probably going to be D category for this, because like, well, why is that a musical? Like, that doesn't make any sense for that. So, An American Tail. I'll be honest, this is A tier. If you've ever seen American Tail, there are so many great little songs. Actually, there's two songs that immediately come to mind, which is "There Are No Cats in America" and "Somewhere Out There." For that, so yeah, American Tail is a A tier. Honestly, I might make an argument for it being S tier. No. S tier, like pretty much every song in Aladdin is amazing. I just remember those two songs but they're both really good songs. So I think it warrants the A tier for this one. All right, Anastasia, again, great movie. I can't remember a single song from that movie. Like I can't. So I guess it's got to be D tier because I don't remember any song from Anastasia for that. Aristocats. I B tier. I do remember some of the songs from Aristocats. For that. Hey, Gorebox voice, how you doing? Oh, thank you. Yes, I recognize you. For this. All right. Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, again, it's the time frame that I grew up in, but yeah, Beauty and the Beast is clear S tier in my opinion. There are gonna be three. Where's the other one? Or there are gonna be four that I'm just gonna have up here automatically. Wait, do they not have? Am I missing Lion King? Is there no Lion King here? There is no Lion King on here. Okay, well, I guess I'll move the other. Oh no, there it is. Again, these are all functions of when I grew up as a kid. But every single one of these had amazing musical numbers for that. Things that I remember to this day for that. And so those are the ones I grew up with. I'm sorry, they're going to be S tier just solely because those are the ones that I remember and the ones I grew up with and everything else for that. So the Bob's Burgers movie. I'll be honest, I haven't watched it. I'm not going to rank. If I haven't actually watched it, I'm not going to rank it. What is that? Cats? Yeah. What is Cats? Yeah. I haven't seen it. I'm just gonna skip it. Corpse Bride. Yeah, Corpse Bride actually has some pretty. I think C. I think it's pretty good. Again, nothing comes to mind, but it's not like just like the complete absence of that. So yeah, I'm gonna call it that. Well, okay. Well, what's Gorebox? Is it a Roblox game? Because I don't play Roblox games here. So, Eight Crazy Nights. Yeah, I'm sorry. It is, well, no. Sorry, it does not. It does not earn the. It has not earned the title up to, American Tail. So okay, so what is Gorebox? If you're all right, Encanto. Again, I haven't actually seen Encanto. It's a relatively newer Disney movie. And so I'm, kind of, I'm kind of on it. But I'm not gonna rank it. Ferngully, I have seen. Ferngully is actually a pretty solid. Well, I could guess that by the name Gorebox. Tell me exactly what it is, though. It's like just saying it's a game doesn't tell me a whole lot. For this, so, Frozen, good. I mean, a B tier. I know it for its one song, so okay, that tells me nothing. There are a lot of games with characters who are blocks. Like the characters are a block. Like, yeah, that doesn't tell me a whole lot. Sorry. I'm gonna skip Frozen 2. I've never seen Frozen 2. Well, I'm glad that you know Gorebox. I just don't know what Gorebox is, and you haven't really given me an explanation of what Gorebox is. Like right now, you're just spamming my chat for no reason. So either explain what Gorebox is exactly. Don't say just a game, or you know. All right. Let's see. Frozen 2 haven't seen. Goofy movie. Goofy movie is. Well, yeah, I guess B. I'm trying to remember if there's. Gorebox, you're about 2 seconds away from getting a ban if you don't, stop spamming my chat and tell me exactly what it is. Like, you can't just say, "Oh, I know Gorebox, whatever," and without telling me what it is. So, like, you need to tell me, or you're gonna get, you need to stop. You need to either A, stop spamming my chat, or B, tell me exactly what it is, or you're gonna get banned. So, either or is an appropriate. I will leave the option to you. Hercules. Oh, Hercules is there's a lot of good songs from Hercules. Yeah, A tier. Hunchback of Notre Dame. Yeah, B tier. There's nothing that jumps out for that. Lorax. I've watched the Lorax. I remember nothing about the Lorax in terms of having music. Like in terms of a animated musical list. So Moana, yeah, that's a solid B. Same thing with Mulan. I've never seen any of the My Little Pony movies, so that's not going to be there. Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas. Corpse Bride is a C, but Nightmare Before Christmas is a solid A tier for me. I mean, it's not my favorite songs, but it's there. Phineas and Ferb, the movie. Don't know. The movie Candace against the Universe. Don't know. Let's Get Epic. Also don't know. Prince of Egypt. That's actually that Prince of Egypt is S tier. I think like that's one of the better animated musicals that's out there. And so yeah. The Princess and the Frog. I'll put it with the not my favorite Disney movies, but I get it. For that. Something Quest. I've never seen that one. Rio and Rio 2. I've never seen that. South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. Honestly, in my personal opinion, when it comes to animated musicals, South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut is the best musical that's out there. For that, like it, and it still holds up, 20 some odd years later. For that. Let's see. SpongeBob movie, no, never seen it. Steven Universe movie, never seen it. Strange Magic, never seen it. Tangled, I put Tangled in the B category. I remember more about the story of Tangled than I do any musical numbers from Tangled, so I think that's a fair place to be at. Team America World Police does not have anywhere near the musical numbers that South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut does. Actually, I might put it in B. Like, there are good, like, I mean, obviously there's like America, fuck yeah. And we're gonna need a montage. Both come from Team America World Police, for that. But, for that. So, Trolls 2, Vivo, and the Bessels. I've never seen any of these. So, yeah, I think that's all. I think that's yeah. I don't want to rank these because I don't know these games or don't know these movies, and it's not fair to I will Frozen 2. Actually, I just remember I haven't actually fully watched the movie, but I do know the music from Frozen 2, specifically into the Unknown, for that. So I think it's worthy of a position here. But the rest of these I've never seen, and so I don't feel comfortable putting them on the list here. But I am very happy with these lists. I think as you can see here, the 90s Disney movies, which happened to be when I was a teenager, those are the ones I do like a lot. For that, Prince of Egypt is also one of the better soundtracks, and of course, the South Park Bigger, Longer, and Cut. These all have good music to them. I remember music from them, but not, Aristocrats are like, I might remember one song from these. Actually, I guess that technically would hurt it. Well, I may remember a couple songs because I know Frozen is like, "Do you want to build a snowman?" as well as "Let It Go." Actually, I probably need to move Tangled down, and there, like, I know maybe one song from these movies, for that. And then D are the ones that I've seen, but as far as I remember, I don't remember any heavy musical numbers in this, for that. So, all right. So what do you think? What do you think, chat? This is a pretty decent list. All right. So next one we have is actually, I'm gonna flip the order here. I'm gonna do Final Fantasy expansions next. For this. Now, of course, I have played through all these, which is helpful. For this. So, starting with A Realm Reborn. I think A Realm Reborn is kind of just your average. Like there's a whole bunch of ones that I need to put way above A Realm Reborn. Like the main expansions for this. This also includes patches. A Realm Awoken. I don't remember anything specific about that one. So I guess it's gonna be. I'm gonna put all the main ones here, except for this last one. Before the Fall. This is actually one of the better stories, and it sets up Heavensward perfectly. For this. So I am all in on Before the Fall being A tier for this. Heavensward, one of the best expansions out there. Absolutely for this. As goes light, so goes darkness. I think that's B tier. The gears have changed. This is the first of the Alexander raids, so I think that goes probably to here as well. Revenge of the Horde. Yeah, probably also B tier. Soul Surrender. Yeah. I don't know why, but it's like the ones at the end of each expansion, I remember always ranked very high because the Far Edge of Fate is the one where we actually have our second character die, and excuse me, and it opens up the story to this. How many do we got? We have one more tier list after this, but the next tier list is 130 some odd games. And then we're gonna do some Pokemon Smasher Pass to finish up tonight. So, all right. Stormblood. Stormblood is a B level expansion for me. It's fine. It's fine. It's like I just don't remember anything like amazing about Stormblood. Like I remember it's good, not great, but it's sort of what's bad is it's kind of stuck between two really good expansions in terms of Shadowbringers and Heavensward, and so it's kind of in a very tough position overall. The Legend Returns. Oh yeah, I know. Okay, I know what raid series this is. This is the Final Fantasy Tactics one. There. Rise of a New Sun. This is the second of the, or this is the first of the Omega raids, I believe. For this, so again, like, see, it's fine. Under the Moonlight. Yeah, see, I again, nothing overly bad about it. Prelude and Violet. Also C tier. And then once again, the one to go into the next subscribe. Oh, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate it. A Requiem for Heroes, once again, is going to get the A tier treatment for this. Main reason why is because it's the part that sets up the Shadowbringers, um, in terms of that. So it's actually a really, really good expansion setup. Shadowbringers, not too much surprise. Shadowbringers is a S tier expansion in my opinion. The entire story of Shadowbringers is actually pretty amazing for that, and so really, really good for this. Vows of Virtue, Deeds of Cruelty. So this is the first of the as you can tell, this is the is it Nier Automatica? B, the for that. Echoes of a Falling Star, this is the second one of the main 8-man raid series. I'll be honest, I didn't, maybe I'm crazy. I did not like the 8-man raids in what am I thinking? I didn't like the 8-man raids in Shadowbringers. I just didn't. It's like because it was basically new versions of all the fights that we've had previously. And so it's like it's fine. But I remember more about the Nier Automata raids than I do the those raids. So Reflection and Crystal, yeah, that's again, that's one of the Nier raids. Futures Rewritten, I'm gonna bump Futures Rewritten up just slightly because even though I hate the 8-man raids from Shadowbringers, it is actually a really good story to go with it. So for this, so I'm cool with that one. Death to Dawn, this is the first of the like pre-expansion ones. I'm actually gonna put it in B. Main reason why is because I remember it, but it's not like, it's more just getting things back to Eorzea, and instead of getting it from the what am I thinking? The first, where the light world, essentially the world that we need to bring Shadow to. Endwalker, in my opinion, was a S tier expansion. Like, the story was just amazing. It was a great way to close out the first quote unquote chapter of this. So really, really good, really, really good expansion for that. All right. Newfound Adventure. This is the, what was it, 25-man raids for Shadowbringer, or for Endwalker. Oh my gosh, I'm losing my mind here. I'm gonna have to just Google search this. 25-man raids Endwalker. What were they? Yeah, the Alliance raids. Okay, Crystal Tower. Oh, it's Mists of the Realm. What was Mists of the Realm? Lego versions. Oh. Okay, now that no, now I remember. Yeah, no. Yeah, those were all A tier. Now that I remember which ones it is, it's where you fight the 12. It's like, it's a really great story where at the end of Endwalker, you actually meet up and face against the 12 gods, and they basically say, no, humans can now handle themselves. We're good here. Strangely enough, I also would probably put the Pandemonium raids also in the A tier. So for that. And so yeah, the The pandemonium raids were really, really good as well. For that. So actually, yeah, Endwalker, in terms of like overall expansion, like Endwalker might be the highest one. Dawntrail. I'll be honest, Dawntrail did not do it for me. The first half is plotting and not that great. The second half is better, but still like it's fine, but it's not great. For that. Crossroads. This is the Final Fantasy 11 raid series. For this, I did not like the 25-man raids in Dawntrail. Actually, I'll move that down here. It's like I just did not like those raids. Seeker of Eternity, probably somewhere. Yeah, the 8-man raids were better than for this. So, all right. Well, so with that, we have our official Final Fantasy 14 expansions and patches for this. So, and I think this is reasonable. I think A Realm Reborn was good. It was a much needed reset on the entirety of the of everything for that. So it was fine. It was good. Heavensward, amazing. Stormblood, B category. Shadowbringers, S. Endwalker, S. And Dawntrail, actually in the C category. Because again, I really did not like the main quest for Dawntrail. I just did not. So, but anyway, all right. Well, there we go. So, all right. So the next tier list is our longest tier list, which is every single Mario Brothers game. And by every single Mario Brothers game, I mean every single game that the Mario Brothers are even remotely featured in. For this. So now I'll be honest, I have not played all these, and the ones I have not played, I will let you know. Donkey Kong. Yeah, Donkey Kong is a solid A tier. It is like it's a good, but it's not nothing overly special. I guess it is. I mean, it is special. What am I saying? Donkey Kong is special. It's the first introduction to Jumpman / Mario. It's a good one. It's a good one. Mario Bros, which is, I think, Mario Bros. I've played Mario Bros. It's not a whole lot of anything, actually. It's more just like jumping around, seeing how long you can survive, and everything else. It's not like the traditional Mario Brother games or not even like Donkey Kong, where you have, oh, you need to climb up this thing and everything else. So it's just not the same. So, pinball. Yeah, I'm not gonna rank pinball. Now, I did play golf. I actually enjoyed the Mario Golf game or the first one. For this, Wrecking Crew. No, that's nothing there. Super Mario Brothers. Obviously, the original Super Mario Brothers is a S tier game. Actually, it's an A tier game. Because there will be one of the Nintendo ones that will make it to S tier, but it is not Mario Bros. Mario Bros is good. It was a good first attempt at Super Mario Bros. For this, but it is still not too. It's good. It is this. The Lost Levels. I have played the Lost Levels. I think they are better than anticipated. I never beat the Lost Levels, but it did also open up the world of Kaizen. I'm trying to remember what the term is for, but for really difficult, it's basically asking the question, what if you played Mario Brothers, but it was really, really difficult for this? And so that's is B category worthy. Super Mario Bros. 2. I'll be honest, I'm debating whether this is S tier or C tier or D tier. Because technically Super Mario Bros. 2 was not intended to be a Mario Bros. Game at all. It's actually a reskin of a different game. And all the mechanics are very, very different than what we see in future Mario Bros. So I hesitate to even call it an actual Mario Bros. Game. But it does have the name Super Mario Bros. I think I'm gonna put it down here. It is a Mario Bros. Game, but it's not what we expect Mario Bros. Game for that. Super Mario 3 S tier. I'm sorry, Super Mario 3 is by far the best of the NES Mario Bros. Game by far. Not even close. Yeah, so it's good. It's really really good actually. Super Mario Land. So this was the one that was on the Game Boy, and I actually did play it, and I actually have this somewhere in the A tier. Very solid game. It was a good first attempt for Mario on the Game Boy, and the limitations of the Game Boy and everything else for that. So it's not bad, but definitely, it's not in the S tier, but as a Mario game on a handheld, it was pretty decent for that. So, baseball. I'll be honest, I didn't play baseball. I don't think I played either one of these on there. Super Mario World. Okay, Super Mario 3 is S tier, and then Super Mario World also has to be S tier. Really great game. Um, for that, and just has a great collection or great game, great everything with that. So definitely highly recommended for that one. All right. Mario Paint. I did play Mario Paint. I'm trying to put Mario Paint in B tier just because it was really fun. To be able to paint and a Super Nintendo, but it's not what I consider like a true Mario game, but it was good. NES Open, I did play that as well. I'm putting it with the other golf game here, which is C. Super Mario Kart, A tier. Main reason why is because there are better Mario Kart games coming. This was again a good first attempt at a Mario Kart. Certainly not the best. Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden stars. I kind of put this in. It's not as good as Super Mario. Oh, no, actually, it is actually as good as Super Mario Land. I'm gonna put both those there. So yes, 6 golden coins was actually pretty good too. All Stars and All Stars featuring Super Mario World. Well, okay, All Stars by itself was not. That was like it's like C tier. It's fine. All Stars with everything is actually much better because then it also includes the Mario Kart world. Donkey Kong on Game Boy. I did not play that, and so I'm just leave it. Mario's Picross also didn't play. Mario's Tennis on Virtual. I didn't do any Virtual Boy. Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. That's a A tier game. That is a really really good game. It's a unique take on Mario. It was at its core still a Mario game, while also being slightly different. Super Mario 64, obviously, S tier. One of the best Mario games out there. Also, the same thing here. Super Mario Kart 64, also one of the best games. Mario Party. I have played Mario Party before. I think it's B tier. Again, it's something different. It's not the end all be all, but it was good. Super Mario Bros. Deluxe I did not play. Mario Golf did not play on either one of those. Mario Party 2, yeah, kind of same. I think all the Mario parties are going to be B just because all the Mario parties are fun, but it's just a matter of which one for this. Mario Tennis, I don't think I played I think I played Mario Tennis on like the Game Boy Advance or something like that. So maybe further down the road, but I don't think I actually played this one. Or okay, there we go, Game Boy Color. No, I think it was actually the Advance. I think Advance is the one that I played Mario Tennis on. So, for this, so Paper Mario kind of it's also RPG, but certainly not to the level of Legend of the Seven Stars. Not bad, but definitely not to that level. Mario Party 3. Yeah, just to make it simple, I'm gonna move all the Mario parties. Like they're essentially the same game, just with slight variations. For that, and so I know someone's probably gonna crucify me in the comments for that. But I mean, they're basically the same type of game all the way across. So, where did Mario Party 6? Did I Mario Party 6? There we go. 6, 8. So, where's Mario Party 8 go to? I swear I saw it. Mario Party 8. There we go. And then Mario Party DS. Um, uh, there should be more Mario Party, right? Oh, yeah, Mario Party Jamboree, and Mario Party Jamboree plus Jamboree TV. Um, for this, okay. I think that is probably sufficient for now. All right. Okay, let's go back up here. So, Mario Kart Circuit, Super Circuit. I don't remember anything about that from Game Boy Advance. I don't remember playing it. Super Mario World, also on Game Boy Advance, is fine. Super Mario Sunshine. This might be controversial. Super Mario Sunshine is not that bad of a game. It's not the traditional Mario, but it is not that bad of a game, and so I'm perfectly fine with putting it in B. I like the other ones. The shorter lost levels are probably minimum A tier, but yeah, I'm fine with it. So, um, Super Mario Bros. 3 on the Game Boy Advance. I mean, it's fine. Like, um, yeah, it's well. I mean, I don't want to put it with the original Super Mario Brothers 3. That doesn't make any sense. So I'm just gonna skip that one. Mario Golf Toadstool Tour. Uh, I think that was a C tier game. I remember playing that one. I think that's C tier. Mario Kart Double Dash. You know what? No, that's A tier. Double Dash was actually pretty good. For this. So, Superstar Saga, Mario Golf Advance. Wow. You know what? This is the one I played. Mario Tennis. Here, I know I played one of them. This Mario Tennis on GameCube was actually a lot of fun. So, I don't know if I put it A tier per se, but it was definitely a lot of fun. Mario versus Donkey Kong, the Thousand Year Door. Again, B tier, not as high as Legend of the Seven Stars, but not bad. Super Mario Galaxy. Let's see. Wait, did I just skip ahead? You know what, I'm just gonna go through and highlight the ones that I did play. Mario Kart DS. This was actually a decent Mario Kart for the DS, so that's there. And if it's just a remake of a game on a different platform, I'm just gonna bypass it. Super Mario Strikers. I have a lot of good memories on the Strikers. I think that's right there. Mario Superstar, Mario Tennis Power Tour, Mario Luigi, Mario Bros. Mario Strikers Charged. Um, uh, Super Mario Galaxy. So this is the first of the Wii ones. Oh yeah, sorry. Mario Kart Wii goes up here. Super Mario Galaxy, I think is it's A tier. It's like it's good. It's not. I have it above Sunshine, but below, in the same category as a lot of the other ones, but not as good as Mario 3, Mario World, or Super Mario 64. Um, for that. So, let's see. Bowser's Inside Story, Super Mario 3D Land, Mario Kart 7. Mario Kart 7 was okay. I don't remember it as fondly as I remember Double Dash or DS or even the other two Mario Karts that are there. Oh, wait. Oh, Mario Party 9. Right, to include this with the other Mario parties. There we go. Perfect. All right. Um, let's see. Mario Kart 8 was good. Wait, hold on. Did it? Mario Kart Switch. Where's Mario Kart Switch? Mario Kart Tour is the cell phone game. That's there. Same thing with Home Light. That's D. Super Mario Wonder. I actually enjoyed Super Mario Wonder a lot. I think it's probably a B category. Again, not the best, but not bad. Where's Odyssey? Odyssey. I loved Odyssey. Odyssey goes up here. Like, Odyssey is one of the best. For that. Oh, there we go. Mario Kart Deluxe 8. All right, yeah, that's for the Switch. That was actually really good. Mario Kart. Where is Mario Kart World? Mario Kart World goes in the A tier. Good, not great. Super Mario Maker 2. I'm gonna also put that in the A tier. For that. So, let's see. I realize there's a lot of Mario games that I thought I played that I haven't played. Same thing with the original Mario. Actually, you know what? I think the original Mario Maker is better than the Mario Maker 2. Super Mario Run is also a mobile game. I'm just gonna D that one right there. Super Mario 3D All Stars, which is surprisingly expensive, more than you would think. I would put it just a D in the expensive category because this is it takes like $100 to find that now. Oh wait, another Super Mario Party. There we go. And that's just a remake. Mario. Oh wait, Mario Party Superstars. That also goes into the B tier with the other Mario parties. Yeah, I think these are the ones that I have played actually. All the ones down here I have not actually played or attempted to play or anything else. For this. Oh wait, where's Galaxy 2? Galaxy 2. I actually think Galaxy 2 is just as good, if not better, than original Super Mario Galaxy. Where's up here. There we go. Good. All right. Let's see. I know Mario Kart 8 is just the same thing as Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but they're not the same. Yeah, I think everything else is here is good. They're either repeats or things that are like, yeah, that's good. All right. Okay, so I'm probably gonna let's do about 10 to 15 minutes of the last one, and then we'll go ahead and call it a night. For this because I need to get stuff set up for tomorrow night stream because I clearly have some issues that I need to work through. And so let's do some Pokemon Smasher Pass. Let's see. This is Tinkerton here. Fairy with a hammer, not afraid to use it. Love collecting shiny things and making my nest cozy. Let's build something beautiful together. Yeah, no. Sorry, pass. Okay, sweet. All right. Nihilego. Rock solid companion with poison. No, poison. No. Wow. Okay. Pupitar. So hard shell, soft heart. I'm always on the move, even as a poopa. Seeking adventurous trainer. I'm gonna say no. I'm expecting this to be high on the Smash category though, because well, I mean, just look at it. No, okay, good. Most people passed it. I was so concerned there. Okay, you're a cool dragon looking for someone to chill with. Icy touch keeps things fresh. Let's build a boundary pushing connection. No, that's a dragon. Like, no. Pass. Yeah. Bunnelby. That's just a rabbit. Yeah, pass. Yanma? It's a bug. No, pass. That's a squirrel. No. No. Thank goodness. Arctofish. No, that's just a weird fish. Pass. Artillery. I'm going to say pass. I expect this maybe to be 50-50 or way in the other direction. Because people are going to say, what does that hole do? No, thank goodness. Okay, no. Rhyperior. No, nothing with rock. No, pass. Cub shoot. No, this is like a kid. No, pass. Fortress. Yeah, no, pass. Spinda. Let's say a teddy bear. I'm gonna say no. Tyrantrum. Yeah, no, I'm not. No pass. No smashing the rock dragon. There we go. Golisopod. What the fuck? No, I'm not. No, it's a bug. No. A Ringaroo. No, it's pass. Swablu. It's just a bird with clouds for wings. No, pass. Oh god, Obstagoon. I'm passing. I know this is. I know the smash is going to be somewhere in the like 60-70% here. I think. Okay, much higher smash percentage. Plessly. No, pass. Munkidori. No, poison psychic. No, pass. That's a pass. No, pass. Skiddo. That looks like a goat. No, pass. Mandibuzz. It's a vulture. This is what I could expect being higher than I would expect. I am going to pass, though. Okay. Bronzong. No, just a steel thing. No, pass. That's a pass. Beware. Oh, it looks like a teddy bear. You know what? I gotta smash something. You know, this is like a teddy bear. I'll smash that. Okay. All right. Panpour. No, it looks like a monkey. No. Sylveon. Yep. Sylveon's a smash. There we go. It's like the EV types are going to be very popular on the smash. Yes. Nincada. No, that's a bug. No, that's a cicada. Pass. Bergmite. No, that's a pass. Cloyster. This is gonna be smash. This smash is gonna be higher than you think, but I am passing. Shinotic. Yeah, no, that's pass. That's a pass. Manectric. That's a dog. That just looks like a dog. Pass. Raboot. I'm gonna pass, but I can imagine a furry thing is gonna be high here. No, okay, not as high as I thought. Tropius. I'm gonna say pass, but again, I would expect smash to be very high here. Okay, no. Durant. No, it's a bug. No, pass. Huntail. Yeah, no. Wishy-washy solo. I think that's a fish. No, pass. Gouging fire. It looks really cool. I'm gonna pass, but it looks way too ferocious. But I get it. It's like, all right. Hypno. No. Yeah. Maletta Aria. Yeah, that's a smash. There we go. Okay. I thought Ninetales? This is gonna be high solely based on the furry thing. And I don't know. Yeah, I know it's gonna be high. Yeah, see there. Yeah, it's high. Just ignore what I clicked there. Just ignore what I clicked there. All right. I'm not a furry. I'm not a furry. Just ignore it. Direct result. No, pass. I have no interest in that. Well, that's just a bull. No. No. Cub Fu. It's cute, but no, pass. Wiglet. Is this the water version of Diglett? No, pass, pass. I actually expected that to be higher. Cosmog. Oh, it's a little star. Pass. No, I'm not. No, that's a building. That's banging a building. No, pass. Nidoking. No, not interested in Nidoking. Fido. It's a puppy made of dough. Pass. That's a fish. No. Hitmontop. Cool, but no, I don't think that's. That's just a crab. It's a blue crab. No. Not to this one. Okay, yeah, there's more smashes than I expected on that one, but Key Lava? No, that's like a fiery badger thing. No. Bound Sweet. No, this is banging of vegetables. No, pass. Gracilia. Very cool. Smash. A smash. Okay, thank goodness. I was like, am I gonna range there to say smash on that one? All right. Looking for someone to share sunny days with. Aw, he's cute, but pass. Desudio. Pass. Wow, that was really close. Mew? No, that's a pass. No, what in the world? No interest in that. That's a bird. No. Vespiquen. No, that's a bee. No. Wow, that was really close. Hexorus. No, that's a bug. No. Pancham. That's a panda. No. I mean, they probably need it, but no. Stuffle. Cute, but no. Gumshoes. Is that a detective? Pass. Toxicity. Yeah, that's a pass. Way more smashes than I thought there. Blipbug. Pass. Yeah, it's a bug. Iron Leaves. What in the world is that? Is that Paradise Always Grown Minery? Yeah, that's a smash. Okay, I'm on the minority, but I'll take that one. Gilgard, no, that just like a bat. Noibat, that is actually a bat. No. Arcanine. This is gonna be high, but I am gonna pass on this one. Yeah, so that's 3,000 smashes. Yeah. Kartana. No, that's just no. Even if it's just grass, no. That's razors. No. Skarmory. Pass. Incineroar. Nah. Yeah, I knew that was gonna be close. Squirtle, no. Squirtle. Dear Turtle, no. Lurantis. It looks cool, but I'm gonna pass on that one. I'll pass. Whoa! That was way higher than I thought. Okay. Sea King. No, it's a fish. No, pass. Pass. Starmine. That's the starfish. No. That's an angry fish of something, or maybe a bug. I don't know, but it's still a pass. Ariados? No, that's a bug. Pass. Pass. Zapdos. No. Yeah, I expected that one to be high. Raging Bolt. No. Spritzy. No. Dude Sparsh 2. No for me, but I expect the smash to be high. No, okay. Roserade. You want to smash? Yeah, I'm gonna smash. Smash. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Pulling out. No, that's just a penguin. No, pass. Rhyhorn. No. Zygarde. Oh boy. I'm a pass. I expect this to be high. Pass. No. Okay. I would expect that to be much higher. Staraptor. Staraptor. That's a pass. That's a pass. That's a bird. Gibble. Yeah. Also a pass. Typhlosion. Pass. That looks like a badger. Higher than I expected. Seedot. That's just a seed. No. Pass. Clefairy. I'm passing, but I can see it. I can make an argument. No, wow. Ducklet. No, that's just a duck. No, pass. Cyndaquil. Pass. Sinistea. That's a cup. No. It's just a cup. Stunky. No, that's a skunk. No. Alakazam. No for me, but I expect the smash to be high. Oh wow, no, okay. Yeah, okay. I'm not a furry, y'all. I promise. I'm not. Like Tarogue. Yeah, that's a pass. Kaboot. No, that's a crab. No. Virizion? I can make an argument, but I am going to pass. Yeah, that's what I expected. Yeah, Verizion's going to get Carablast. Pass. No, it's a spider. No. Shiny Rich. Real catch with. That's going up somebody's butt. That's definitely going up somebody's butt. I'm gonna pass. I expect Smash to be high. No. Tedisser. Oh, he's cute, but no, that's a pass. Natu, that's a bird. Pass. Swallow. Swallow is going to be high, but I am passing. That's because it's a bird. Oh, wow. Not as high as I thought. Would you bang the ice cream? That's basically the question is, would you bang the ice cream? I would not, but I think it's going to be high. Yeah, there we go. It's like, people bang the ice cream. Iron Shreds. Pass. That looks frightening. Whatever that is, no. Victini. Pass. Ampharos. No. Pass. Sandow. Looks cool, but that's just a crocodile. So pass. Kirlia? Yeah, that's a smash. Okay, yeah. Wow, it's close, but yeah. Enamorous. I'm gonna pass, but I can certainly see someone saying Smash. Yeah, there's a lot of Smash on that one. Lilligant? No, I'm passing on that one. Wow, Lilligant has so many. Mr. Pass. It's a pass. I appreciate it. That's a walrus. That's a pass. No, pass. I don't even know what that is. That's a bug. No, pass. Voltorb. I'm passing. I expect the smash to be higher than we expect. No. Okay. Wow. No. Holy crap. I did not expect Wow to be that high. Thwacky. No. That's a pass. No, that's a badger. No, pass. Sunkern. No, pass. It's a seed. Ogre Pond. I personally am going to pass. I can see Smash being high here. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's going to be closer to 50-50. Steelix? No. Pass. Nidorino? No, pass. Woobat? Pass. Execute? No, pass. What the fuck? No. This is going to be high. I am passing, but this is going to be high on the Smash. Oh, wow. It's still more than half. Okay. Snorlax. Oh, he looked comfy, but pass. I don't want to do something this is sleep most of the time. Yeah, there we go. Elekid. I'm passing. And again, this is another one I could expect to see maybe some. Well, not maybe. Okay. Trubbish. No, this is like it's garbage. No. Pass. Okay. Wurmple. Pass. Yeah. Cherum. Yeah, that's a pass. Uxie. I'm passing. I can see this being a popular Smash. More popular than other ones. Iron Hands. I don't know why. I think this is going to be higher than we expect. I'm passing, but this is going to be higher than I expect. Well, no, not as high as expected. All right. Tinkatink. Oh, he looks scared. No, I'm not going to. No. Pass. Perzer. No. Pass. Picky Peck. Pass. That's a bird. Oh, that is really cool. It's a pass, but it's really cool. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's gonna be really close. Ribbon-Bee. Pass. That's a bug. Impidum. Pass. No. Dragapult. Pass. Again, I can expect. Yeah, it's gonna be higher than I expect, but Dottler. No, pass. What the hell? I'm passing. This is gonna be one that I think the Smash is gonna be higher than you expect. Yeah. No, that's just a bird. I don't know what it is, but no. Sneasel. No. Pass. Chain Pow. Looks cool, but that is a pass. Wow, way higher than I thought. Fungus. Is a pass for me. I know this is going to be another popular one. Wow, no. Okay. Quilladin. It looks fun, but no. Pass. Club. What's the name? Oh my gosh. This is gonna be higher than you think, but I'm passing. Okay, no, it's high as thought. All right. Sentret. Pass. Miss Magius. Smash. Okay, thank goodness. So I was like, am I crazy? I'm thinking Smash on that one. Tapu Fini. I'm gonna regret this. Smash. Wow. Okay. I'm not. I thought I might be crazy there. So, Golett. Pass. This is gonna be higher than you think, but yeah. Oh no, that's just a penguin. No, pass. Staravia, pass. That's just a bird. Aron. No, pass. I'm not. No, not even touching that. Iscu Ice. No, it's a penguin with a no. Explode. No, pass. I don't want something that loud. Palmy. Pass. Tingle. Wow, looks really cool, but no, pass. Espeon. Yeah, this is to the EV types, so yeah, that's a smash. Claydol. No, pass. Kuparaja. No, that's an elephant. Pass. Pidgeotto. Pass. Tentacool. Looks cool, but I mean, pass it. Of course, the tentacle thing is gonna be skitty. Aw, it's cute, but no. Marowak. No. Pass. Wow. Oh, Spartan looks really cool, but it still also looks like an ostrich. I am going to pass, though I expect it to be higher than yeah. Frostmoth. No, that's a moth. Wow, way higher than I thought. Finlinks. No, that's just a centipede. Pass. That's a bug. Purloin. No, that's just a cat. I'm gonna pass on Purloin. Though, yeah. The duo. No, that's a two-headed ostrich. Pass. Regice. Regice or Regis. Pass. I have no interest in that one. Nick Kit. It's a pass for me. I expect the smash to be higher. Oh wow, no, didn't take it. Chikorita. Yeah, that's a pass. Ferrothorn. Looks cool, but no, pass. Pyrormel. Pass for me, but I expected it to be higher than you expect. All right. Shroomish. Pass. Volcanion. Pass. That's just a bear. That's a polar bear. Pass. Baltoy. Pass. Golem. No, that's just a rock. Shroodle. I don't even know what that is. Pass. Abomasnow. Yeah, that's pass. Toxapex. No. Moralo. No. Swinub. No. Pass. Pachirisu. Looks cute, but that is a pass. Sigilith. Pass. Tandem Mouse. Oh, this is gonna be a pass that I expect to see. Hey, Hawk19, how you doing? This is a pass, but I do expect this to be higher. Well, okay, not as high as I thought. All right. Chessman, pass. Complete pass. Dano. Yeah, this is pass. Dalmise. That's an anchor. No, pass. Oh, Katadal. Cute, but that's a pass for me. No, that's a dog. No. So we finished up our tier list, and so I'm wrapping up tonight instead of just doing tier list to also do Pokemon Smash or Pass. So we're going through this list of Pokemon and making decisions as to whether we would smash or pass that Pokemon. I think I've only smashed like 5 or 6 so far. So, and they've been relatively expected ones. So, Charjarbug, that is a pass. I don't know what that is, but it's pass. Mimikyu Disguise, no, pass. Wow, way higher than I thought. All right. Braviary? Pass. That's a bird. Mischievous. Is it ghosts? Smash. Okay, I'm on the minority, but I get it. That's a. I think it's gonna be high. I'm gonna personally pass though. Yeah, that's what it's gonna be close to 50-50. Palmod. No, pass. Chingling. That is a pass. Cloth. That's a crab. Pass. I don't know what that is. Pass. Umbreon. As with all EV types, that is a smash. Garganackle. No, pass. Mencino. No. Clutch. Do you want to bang your keyring? That's the main question here. No, I'm gonna pass. It's like Cacturn. No, that's banging a cactus. No, pass. Palpitoad. That is a pass. Delcatty. Oh, looks cool, but no, that's just a cat. Pass. Yeah, that's what I expected that one to be a little higher. Electric. Pass. Flareon. Once again, EV type. Yeah. Flareon was 4. Iron Thorns. No. I don't even know what that is. No. Mabos. No, that's a dog. No. Pass. No, that's a rat. No, pass. Roly Coly. No, that's a rock. Pass. My favorite Pokemon is Hypno. Yeah, I did Hypno earlier. Obviously I chose to pass on Hypno, but like for that. But it makes sense. All right. Pignite. Pass. No. I don't know what that is. No, I'm not gonna bang some gears. No, pass. I gotta be honest, that really looks cool. Yeah, I knew that was gonna be close to a 50-50 there. Persimmon. No, that's a monkey. Pass. Cool hat, but pass. Larvitar. Pass. No, I'm not banging the magnets. Pass. Alcigor. That is a pass. I don't even, it's a bug. Metapod. It's gonna be a pass for me. I think the smash is gonna be higher than you think. No, not as high as I thought. All right. No, that's a slug. Or that's a sloth. No, pass. Ooh. Flying Legend. It's passed for me, but I expect it to be pretty high. Wow. That's higher than I thought. Spinarch. No, that's a bug. Pass. Ursaluna. No, that's a bear. Pass. Tarlatuna. That's a bug. Pass. Apom. Pass. Pidgey. No, that's a bird. Pass. Sinista. I mean, it's like a wine bottle thing, but pass. No, that's a butterfly. I'm not gonna smash the butterfly. Ivysaur. No, pass. No, nothing. No. That's a shrimp. No, pass. Pupa. Pass. I'm passing. I expect the smash to be high here. Oh, no, that's high as I thought. Okay. Oddish. No, that's just banging a berry. No, pass. Infernate. No, this is a monkey. Wow, way harder than I thought. Crab roller. No, it's just crab. Pass. No, that's just rock. What in the world? Musharna? It's a pass. Watchroll. Pass. Manafi. No. No. Wow, higher than I thought. Oh, that's really cool looking, but pass. No, that's a starfish. Oh wait, oh it's a protostar. No, still pass. I think it's pass. It's a pass. Raichu, pass. I'm passing. I expect the smash to be high. No, that's high as I thought. Okay. Barasueda. No, that's a fish. No, pass. Zeebstrika. Pass. Yeah, it's size of Metode. Cool, but pass. Slowpoke. Pass. Zangoose. Very cool, but it is a pass for me. Yeah, that's gonna be really. Yeah, I thought that would be high. Azrael. Oh no, he looks scared. No, pass. Druckloak. Pass. Venipede. That's a bug. Pass. Litten. Oh, that's a cat. No, pass. Wow, way more people that smashed that than I thought they were going to. Whismer. No, pass. That's no. No. Really cool looking, but pass. Yeah, that's gonna be higher than I thought. Numal. That's a pass. Kirkle. No. Not getting burned. That's just a crab. No. Again, not banging the gears. No, pass. Fiona, that's a pass. No, that's just a orangutan. That's pass. Vanilla. All right, so would you bang the ice cream cone? Pass. Wow. Okay, I expected actually more. No, that's a dog. No, that's a weasel. No, Skiploom. Pass. Oh, that's cute. I'm passing. I could imagine it being high. Yeah, yeah. Sandy cast. You want to bang the sand? Pass. Wimpod. Pass. Sanaconda. My Sanaconda don't want none of that. Pass. Persian. Oh, wow, that's good. That's really cool. Pass, but I get it. Yeah. Luxray. That is also a pass. Wow, that's about 50-50 there. Morgrim. Pass. It's like a demon. No, no, that looks like a Saint Bernard. No, pass. Pass. Pangor. Wow. I'm passing. I expected it to be high. Yeah, higher than I thought. All right. Poliwag. Pass. Weevil. Pass. Yeah, wow. That was a close. Sableye. Pass. Burmy. It's gonna be pass. Wow. Okay. Goldine, no. That's just a fish. Whoa! Alright, that's Shelter. Pass. Good lord. I don't know why Shelter got that many, but still. Elgium. Looks like an alien. Looks like an alien. Pass. Yeah. No. Darkspun, no. That's no. Graffaye? No. Oh, Vince, thank you for liking the live. Appreciate it. No, pass. I don't know what that is. It's like Nidoran M. That is a pass. Oh wow, it looks really cool, but it is no. Oh, he's got axes for his arms. No, pass. Dweeble. No, that's just a crab. Pass. Is cute. You know what? Yeah, smash. Okay, in the minority, but I get it. All right. Pigeon. Pass. That's just a pigeon. Kadabra. Pass. Dedenne. No, that's a pass. Glaceon. As with all EV types, that is a smash. Kecleon. That's a pass. Breloom. Again, pass. I can see, yeah, it's gonna be it's a viper. No, that's a snake. No, pass. Wow, way higher than I thought they were gonna be on that one. Mantike. No. Zamazenta. Zamazenta. It's no for me, but I expect the smash to be high. Wow, that's high. I thought it might actually be more than 50%. Surskit. Pass. That's a squirrel. Pass. Toucan. That's a toucan. Literally a toucan. Or toucan, sorry. Pass. I'm passing. I expect this to be high. No, not as high as I thought. Okay. Cramorant. No, not only is it a bird, he looks scared. No, pass. Sock. No, pass. Sunflora. This is Sunflower. I gotta pass on that. Torracat. No, it's just a cat. Pass. No, it's just a cherry. No, pass. Houndour. That's just a dog. No. Wow, Slitherwing's cool, but no, pass. I'm passing. I expect to see a high smash rate here. I'll be honest. No, not as high as I thought. Okay. Maybe it's just that particular graphic that has it really highlights the hole that's there. Maybe that's the reason why. I thought I was like, that's gonna be high. Ooh. Do you want to bang a genie? I don't, but I can see it being high. Not as high as I thought. All right. Corsola. Pass. Toxel. No. That looks like a baby. No. Pass. No. Pass. It's a lay, but still. Regirock. No, not banging the rock. Sorry there. Electrode. Pass for me. I might see this might be higher than you think. No? Okay, not as high as I thought. All right. Nizleaf. Yeah, no, that's a pass. Clefable. That's a pass. I can see, yeah, it's gonna be high, especially they're gonna be higher than you think, but Nidorino, pass. Eevee, the original one. Smash. Whoa! every other Eevee type has been well above. I expected Eevee, the original Eevee, to also be high. I'm kind of surprised by that. Laleep, that's a pass. Salandit, pass. Meltan, again, that's just a nut. Pass. Mudsdale, that's a horse. Pass. Shieldon, no, that's a pass. That would be the lowest smash I've seen. Yeah, 256. Mudkip, that is a pass. Gengar, pass, but I can see, yeah, it's gonna be higher than you think. Blaziken, pass for me, but I expect the smash to be high. Wow, I'm actually in the minority on that one. Okay. Nose pass. Well, your name says it. Let's pass. Politoad. No, that's just a frog. Pass. Fracture. Cool looking, but pass. Cricket Tune. Pass. You're just a bug. Cricket Tot. It looks like a distinguished bug, but he's still a bug. Ninjask. That's another bug. Pass. Susbug. Really cool. I'm not a deer person. Sorry. Pass. Wow. Okay. I expected it to actually be a little bit higher, but and that's also a sheep. So no. Fullaby. No. Pass. That's a pass. Shimeko. Pass, but I could understand it. Absol. Wow. Really cool, but pass. Wow. Absol was actually higher. Okay. Smash was actually Loxic. No, it's a bug. No, it's pass. Get out of here. I don't even know what that is. Porygon? Pass. Yeah, no. That looks like a monkey. That's a pass. Okie dokie. It's pass, but I think the smash is gonna be high. Wow, that's high as I thought. All right. Oh, crocodile. No, that's just a stand-up crocodile. Pass. That's literally just a sheep. Pass. Wow, that's really cool. Smash cool? I'm gonna pass. I think it's gonna be higher. Yeah, it's gonna be about 50-50, but that's just a flower. No. Pass. Woogtree. Pass, but again, I expect the smash to be high here. Not as high as I thought. Okay. Parrot, that's just a crab. Pass. Swalot. Pass, but I expect it to be high. No, not as high as I thought. Okay. Oh boy. Pass for me, but I expect the smash to be high. Not as high as I thought. Okay. Clam Pearl. No, that's just a clam. Pass. Slugma. No, it's lava. So sorry, Slugma. You're not gonna be able to slug my balls. No, you're lava. Pass. Pass. Caracosta. That is a pass. Cranidos. That is a pass. That's a machine. No, pass. Gudra. Not me, but I'm assuming there will be some people that will say smash on this one. Yeah, it's gonna be more than yeah. Dragonite. Oh, hey Dragonite. You are a pass. Magikarp. No, it's a fish. No. Charcadet. Cool, but pass. Embor. No. No. I had to think about it for a second, but no. Spectre. No, that's just a horse. But about even though. Grookey. No, that's a monkey. Pass. Hariyama. Cool, but that is a pass. Shreko. No, that's just a gecko. Pass. Zakian. Oh, really cool, but it's a pass. It's a pass. Abra. Pass. Quaxwell. Cool, but it's still more duck than anything, so I'm gonna pass. Bramble? What the fuck? Just a bramble? Pass. No, that's a bull. Smoochum. Cute, but pass. Whiscash. That is a pass. No, that's no. Just no. Pass for me, but I expect the smash to be higher than you think. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's about 2,000 for that. Gimme gold. I mean, I might consider it just for the gold coins alone. But no, that's just gonna no pass. That's a pig. No, that's a small horse. Pass. That's really cool, but I think it's a pass. Same thing. Cool, but pass. Wow, that's actually pretty even. Murkrow. That is a pass. No, I'm not. No to the magnets. No to the magnet. Sewaddle. Aw. Pass. Would you smash the moon if you had the chance? I wouldn't, but I think it's gonna be high. Wow, no. Steenie? Steenie's a smash. Yeah, I'm sorry. Steenie's a smash. Cyclizar. No. That does look like a lizard. No. Jigglypuff. Pass. Yeah, that's higher than I thought. So, Reverum. Is it a vacuum? No, pass. No, absolutely not. An olive? No, pass. Chestnut. Cool, but I am going to pass on this one. Orlipede. No, it's just a centipede. No, pass. Pass. Dragonair. Pass. It's like, wow, okay. Yeah. I was in the minority there. So Tangela. That's a pass. Muck. No. Pass. Toadstool. Pass. Oshawott. Cute, but pass. Yeah. Oh, Dialga. Wow. No, it's pass. It's like it's gonna be close, but pass. Wow, Buffett. That is a pass. Togetic. Pass, but I can see this being high. No, that's as I thought. All right. Caterpie. That's a caterpillar. No, pass. Sandy. No, not the magnets. No, pass. No, that's just a bug. No, pass. Quillfit. No. Scatterbug. No. Hatchram? Yeah, this is smash. Wow, not as high as I thought. Excadrill. No, that's a no. Just a no. Annihilate. No, this is aim. Pass. Munchlax. Cool, but pass. No, that's just a raccoon. Like, no, that's just a bug. Interesting. Hmm. Is this a pass? But I really had to think on this one. Yeah, it's like a lot of people disagree with me, and I completely get it. Weedle? No, that's a pass. Growlithe. Cute, but that just looks like a tiger. Pass. Graveler. No. Wingull. No, that's just a bird. Pass. Torchic. Pass. That's a bird. Also. What is that? Wuqian. Pass. Oh, Greninja. Honestly, yeah, that's a smash. That's a smash. He's really cool. Yeah. Payne, pass. I remember a joke from Game Grumps about you can jerk off 4 dicks. You only have one. That's a pass for me. But yeah, I knew it was gonna be high. Hoopa. No. Pass. Choodle. No. Pass. That's a butterfly. Pass. Dusknoir. Pass. No, that's a cactus. Pass. What the fuck? It's pass. I expect the smash to be high. Not as high as I thought. Okay. Dondozo. That is a pass. Whoa. Really cool, but way too many edges on that thing. So I'm gonna pass. No, stop giving me the gears. I'm not smashing the gears. Pass. It looks more bird-like than anything else. But yeah, I knew it was gonna be pretty even, but no, that's just a bear. Spiel? That's just a seal. No, pass. Hitmonlee. Pass. Wait, no. Yeah, it's gonna be relatively higher, but Duozion. Pass, but I would get it. No, what the fuck? No. No, that's just a worm. Tapu Bulu. Pass. For the clout. Wow. All right. I expected that to actually be higher. Sligo? I'm gonna pass, but it's the previous version of Goodra, so I expect it to be high. No, not as high as I thought. All right. Tapu Koko. Pass. Bones. No, pass. It's just a seed. Pass. Igglybuff. Pass. Marshtomp. Pass. Though I would get it. No, what? No, that's a fish. What? No. Pass. What the fuck is that? That's just a bird. Pass. Quagsire. Pass. Corvisquire. Pass. That's a bird. Tempole. That's just a water tadpole. Pass. Dugong. It's a seal. I'm gonna pass. Charizard. pass, but I expect it to be high. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's going to be about 50-50 there. Torterra. Cool, but pass. Inteleon. Well, that's a smash. I think that's a smash. Yeah. In the minority, but I get it. Ponyta. No. No ponies. No horses. No nothing. Wellis. Pass. Creepy. No. What in the world is that? No, pass. Starfish. No. I swear we've done these before. We're starting to get repeats. Hold on. Okay. Applin. Pass. That's just an apple. Excalibur. Really cool. Pass. Doldiv? Yeah, that's a smash. Wow. Not as high as I thought. Okay. Indie Mail. Pass. Wow. Mash. No, that's a. No, that's a dog. No. That's a metal fish. No, pass. Ludicolo seems cool, but that is a pass. Charmander. Pass. Drifloon. That's a pass. Boldor. No, that's a rock. No, pass. Pass it. Gaybite. Pass. Floatzel. Very cool, but that's just a weasel. So yeah, pass. Whale Lord. Pass. So I would get it. Wise man once said, if you say pass, you're a liar. Yeah, Lopunny's a smash. Wow, that's the most lopsided smash. Oh my gosh, I did not expect Lopunny to be 6,000 smash. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's great. That's great stuff. Whimsicott. Pass. Hakamomo. No, pass. Rhydon. Pass. Let's see our stats. What have we done so far? So we have gone through what the fuck? Oh, which ones have gotten the most smashes? Wow, actually Lopunny I would expect Lopunny to be the number one. Gardevoir is number one actually at about 500 more smashes. Ditto I would expect to be up there. Vaporeon, as we talked about last week during You Laugh You Lose. Ninetales is actually pretty high up there too. So okay, got it. So for me, I'm at a 5% smash rate. That's not. Wow, I've only seen 489. How many are there? Let's see. Let's see the best smash ratio. Let's see what other stats. Do they have least smashed? Most passed. Bulbasaur, yeah. Okay, yeah. The ones that are basically animals are probably going to get passed on. So interesting. Okay. All right. No, pass. Tojimaru, pass. Tasarina? Yeah, that's a smash. That's a smash. Yeah. Salamence. Pass. So I would, yeah. And Quapaval? That's a smash. Yeah, that's absolutely a smash. What am I thinking? Yeah, that's absolutely a smash. Tartrix. This will be the last one. That's a pass. Unless we get something really good on the next one. Latias. All right. Latias, from what I understand, is a lot like Ditto, that it technically can transform into anything. I would pass on Hypno for obvious reasons. Yeah. For that. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a smash. I think there's gonna be, it's gonna be pretty even on the smash there. For that. All right. I think this is good enough for tonight. So, with that in mind, the clinic is closed for this evening. You can find me on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, X, and all my socials at Dr. Chris VT. But until next time, goodbye, everybody.